Welcome to Time Vault Games. I'm ELD, here to ask you for help in growing the channel. When we reach 2,500 subscribers, I'm going to be giving away a custom leather playmat to one lucky subscriber. So be sure to like and subscribe. Welcome to Fast Effect Double Speed Magic the Gathering from ELD's Time Vault Games in Bellingham, Mass. Here we have Matt on Bant Miracles versus Brian and Eldrazi, leading out with Chalice of the Void, one of the most important cards against so many decks in the format, cutting off all of the one-mana spells, and now a Trinisphere, which actually makes those one-mana spells significantly worse. It's worth noting that Bant Miracles is going to have a couple of Planeswalkers that can help deal with this situation. There's Teferi, which can bounce a permanent, and then, of course, Oko, which can elk any of the permanents. We got a Mystic Sanctuary coming into play tapped. Little suboptimal there. Ideally, you want to be playing that not only untapped to not lose the tempo, but also getting a card back on top of your library, something high value. Instead, Matt just making his land drops and now fetching. Grim Monolith has been added to Brian's side of the board underneath that Trinisphere. This looks like an Eldrazi post list, so it'll have Cloud Post along with Grim Monolith for tons and tons of fast mana. And what does this bounce? He goes for a Grim Monolith just to try and slow things down. And has to discard a Ponder. Eye of Ugin. And this could be a very ugly turn for Matt if Brian has any type of threat. There it is, Reality Smasher, kind of a worst case scenario. The 5/5 haste clears Teferi. And I'm not even sure if that's correct. Oko coming down. Takes care of this Reality Smasher. For now, it's a 3/3. A Grim Monolith coming back down. And this Trinisphere means all of the counter spells are going to be shut off during Brian's turn. If Matt uses his mana on his turn, which he's going to need to just to get a chance to make any of this work, Sorceress Spyglass is going to be able to stop this Oko and show a hand full of one-mana spells, counter spell, Snapcaster Mage, and this Sorceress Spyglass is going to be absolutely devastating. Typically, control decks do struggle with cards like Chalice and Trinisphere. However, Oko answers them incredibly well and is just great on his own. And as we just saw, however, Eldrazi can go over the top of that with an answer to the answer. And now that elk just beating down another Sorceress Spyglass. He may have actually just doubled down on Oko, being concerned with a card like Council's Judgment potentially getting rid of one of them. Another Reality Smasher. That gets hit with Counterspell. Still fighting. A 3 to 4 turn clock here. A fetch land will take a full turn off, as right now it's coming off in chunks of 3. A Matter Reshaper. 3 more damage. And now Matt is going to be facing down 6 damage, leaving him with just 1 point of life. He's going to need something to happen with his limited resources. We've got a Snapcaster Mage, which can trade with this Matter Reshaper. And Matt just clinging on as best he can, but this is a very grim situation. That Grim Monolith can be untapped. End of turn at some point, giving Brian even more mana. And now Ugin, that gets a Force of Will. 6 damage coming in. He has to block. Force has cost him a point of life. Now he should be down to 3. Glimmer Post gains 3 life for Brian. I believe he missed the the point of life off of Force of Willing. Hopefully this doesn't end up being a determining factor. Yeah, that 3 damage. I'm sorry, the 1 damage off of Force. I've seen people make that mistake when they have to pay mana for Trinisphere. It just doesn't register as you have to pay the life and the mana. Snapcaster chump blocks this 3/3. And now fetching down to 3, which should be 2, and ultimately not mattering there. Fortunate. Mistakes do get made on camera sometimes. It's always unfortunate when they actually end up determining the outcome of a game or match. Luckily, they are that 1 point of life. Not caught. Unless I missed it, that's also possible. We're doing this at double speed, so mistakes can happen on either side. We are doing this in 1 take. That way I'm able to bring you guys a new video every single day. That is our pledge for 2020. Beginning of the year, no matter how crazy the year was going to be, was going to get a video done. No excuses. And I'm not going to lie, this year has thrown a lot at us. It's thrown a lot at everyone, but there's still a video coming out every single day. And we'll see how that's going to play out over a month or 2 from now. I am starting to run low on videos. We are able to go back into the vault when things are up and running properly. We've got Wednesday Night Legacy, which is 4 rounds a week, F&M Legacy, which is another 4, and then we do several rounds or several tournaments on weekends every month that involve Legacy. Either our Legacy Open, which of course is 5 or 6 rounds plus top 8, so plenty of Legacy from there, or we do our team opens, either Team Trio, which is Pioneer, Legacy, and Modern, or Team Unified Legacy, which is something that we started right before the whole shutdown. So we do have a lot of Legacy that we do every month here, and you can actually join us on both Friday night and Wednesday night now. We've switched over to a webcam series. It is unclear when we're going to be able to open up in store. So for now, it's not ideal, but we're just playing over webcam on the Discord server. You can check out, we've got a video on the channel explaining how that works. You just register on our website, eldstimevaultgames.com, and just show up on the Discord server and play 4 rounds. We do 100% payout in-store credit along with a bunch of bonus promos. So if you're around here or not, either way, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And we are continuing the Legacy. We're trying to figure out how to actually film those matches too. Try and get some of those on Fast Effect. Matt leading out with this Ponder off of a basic island. It's going to be resilient. And this Chalice goes uncontested at first. We'll see if he's got an answer for it. That Sorcerer's Spyglass, a real dangerous card in its ability to shut down these 3-mana Planeswalkers, which are so key to Matt finding a way around cards like Chalice of the Void. And now Grim Monolith off of Cloud Post. Brian's about to untap with an insane amount of mana. He's going to have at least 9 mana. If he plays a Cloud Post, he'll have 11 mana. Snapcaster just being played. No value. Potential chump blocker and potential to go after Brian's life total. But, I mean, you've got to imagine he's going to have all sorts of things he can do with this much mana. An Eldrazi Temple, 1 mana floating for a Thought-Knot Seer. It sees a bunch of 1 casting cost cards. We got Swords, we've got Ponder, Brainstorm. I believe that's a Terminus. That is chosen, and the rest of it is all 1 mana spells. And this is looking pretty grim for Miracles. Eldrazi. Wow, and Ugin. Now this looks like the War of the Spark Ugin, I believe. He clears this Snapcaster Mage, and he can also start manifesting cards of the Thespian stage. Manifesting And that is really going to create a super fast clock here. And Karn, Matt trying to be involved in this game on some level. Force of Will's the Karn. But, I mean, that's just slowing things down at best. We've got a Thorn of Amethyst. Why not? Additional damage coming through here. And, I mean, Matt's going to be dead next turn based off of this damage. And if this manifested card is anything spicy, it could be even faster than that. Brian almost passes the turn without manifesting again. Icefang Coatl sees a Terminus. Oh, but he can't pay the 1 because of Thorn. Daggers. Absolute daggers. So he Icefang Coatls on Brian's turn, sees the Terminus, and then can't pay the 1 to Terminus. That would have been at least something to buy some time, though that Karn would eventually take over. I expect Karn's just going to clear this Icefang. Oh, and he doesn't. I'm surprised. I'm surprised Karn didn't clear this Icefang Coatl. What do we got here? Thought-Knot's here. Bites the dust. And just manifesting another card. Now, I think if he just cleared the Icefang, that was game. Now we've got a Brainstorm. It does get countered by Chalice. That was really Brian's only way to lose this game, is if he somehow let that Brainstorm resolve. Matt throwing it out there. Gotta respect the effort, especially after Brian made what was likely an error there. That looked like an error. It looked like if he had just cleared the Icefang, he would have just won on the spot. I've definitely seen people get rattled when they do make that type of mistake. However, Brian's so far ahead, you can't really be too harsh there. It's almost like it is actually difficult to maintain your focus when you've got that level of a stranglehold on the game. It almost feels like there's no possible way. A lot of the time people actually feel bad in that situation for their opponent, knowing that there's essentially nothing that can be done from their side of the table to get out of it, as Eldrazi absolutely
That is all for this one, but don't worry, there is a lot more. You can check out our older videos, and we're always putting out new videos from ELD's Time Vault games in Bellingham, Massachusetts. If you want to help the channel, of course, you can like, subscribe, share, tap that notification bell so you can know the next time our new videos come out. Thanks for watching.